Hey guys, Game Hunter here, and today we're looking at a game that is what one might call a sequel to the game I just played before, which was Dungeon Dash. We are looking at Dungeon Dashers. Now, this is also made by Andrew Sum, and also known, I guess, as Jigsaw Andy, and it's described as a fast-paced multiplayer dungeon crawler, although I imagine that it still tries to employ roguelike elements in order to make it, you know, as interesting as possible, which is why I enjoy them as much as I do. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at it. I've now just clicked on the screen so the music starts, and I might want to turn it down just a teensy weensy bit. Or, well, I guess it always just decides to not play music unless I have it showing, which is, in my opinion, better than when it just works regardless. So anyway, we got just little option things. Oh, you can turn the music down there. Okay, let's do it there then. Make it simpler to work with then. And I don't know about effects. Hopefully these are things I can affect as I play. But there's multiplayer supposedly. I don't know how well that will end up working. Perhaps it's a main band format. Perhaps it's just fast-paced enough of a game that it can kind of work. I guess I'll let you guys read this, because it seems to be going pretty quickly, and I don't really want to try to speak so very quickly at the same time. Just for the record, this is not the released game. In case people are watching this from the deep past, this is in fact for build 274. And thus is not to be considered what will eventually become of the game. I imagine a lot of it will look fairly similar, especially since a lot of work seems to have been done in getting this going. So, for the most part, just keep your eyes open and keep your minds open as well. Supposedly, I guess this is something that's in the Steam Workshop and will be released into Steam when it's complete, or at least that's a popular request. I guess that's how Steam seems to work. So here we go, getting into this whole quest, and I'm not gonna give these guys. I'm just gonna let it play out. It's got its own sound and music, so I don't have to be too creative myself. So we got the Nightman, we got Gandalf, Magical Conjuring Force. Oh, we got, well, an elf, but I guess also a ranger, archer type. And then, yeah, right, man, he looks gaunt. Oi. Minding my guard post at the castle. I like how he's talking about guard post, and there's this really shady looking dude right next to him as he's talking. A nice glass of wine by the fire, and inspect. Wow, you live a pretty sheltered life there, don't you, Mr. or Mrs. Elf? I'm gonna guess Mr. because they all look like they might be males, but just because I'm a guy, probably. Whatever. Who cares? I was examining my Codex of Alchemy and Metallurgy, because that's always something to do right before you go to bed. And of course, we have the Mr. Shady Man right here. Everybody's just looking at him. Oh man, yeah, look at you. You almost look a lot like the guard, except, well, obviously from completely different backgrounds. But whatever. So we got this going on, and the assassin, yeah, right. So I actually looked at the four names of the classes, and let me just quickly say them off so I don't get them wrong at any point. Assassin, Knight, Ranger, and Wizard. So, yes. So we're here now. Let's just get to the bottom of it. So we have our this is kind of the gauntlet approach to basic classes. We have our meat shield, we have our melee damage dealer, we have our range damage dealer, and we have our spellcaster. Obviously in gauntlets you had kind of a Valkyrie instead of the assassin, but I mean, if you want to go with a roguelike, you kind of need some sort of rogue. So let's go ahead and have this guy move along. And so I guess we just walk into signs. This way to certain death. He's like, well, I'm done scouting, guys. See you later. Okay, we can't do that for real. Oh, that was a nice little improvement. So already we're seeing that this game tries very much so to provide, well, to give a very immersive graphical and SFX / music feel. So we have abilities. I just uses and then go up, and that works 2 tiles. So wait, I'm assuming I can use it infinitely right now. Oh, that was cool. I'm assuming I can use that infinitely because I'm on a tutorial right now. Was that me? On the floor, that's the symbol. Did you all witness this same one earlier? Yeah, that's the one. Okay, so the wizard's talking about being the crazy genius professor that he is, and the knight's just, I'm a normal dude, I don't really want to think about the tough stuff. Meanwhile, the elf's thinking, I should get some brownie points, so let me start doing some stuff. Press enter to end a character's turn. So that's how it's going to work. Okay. So it's actually going to work kind of like a, and right now I assume I have infinite speed. Unfortunately, the mouse doesn't show up. I hope the mouse doesn't show up on the screen one. I've had some recording things that show the mouse, even though I can't see it. Here lies Yeranor, humble cleric and beloved brother. Rest in peace. Well, darn. Oh, there's no splish splash on these. Oh, that's fine. That's good. I still like the beetle effect. That bell looks unusual. I'm pretty sure I can hit it with an arrow. January. The ranger's name's January. Huh. Now I'm even more confused if it's a male or a female. But elves always seem to kind of rather unspecific on that stuff. So let's go ahead and try shooting it. There we go. Just shot that arrow. Can I fall down this pit? I'm not allowed to fall down that pit. Alright, that's cool. I don't think I'm ever going to get used to this teleporting around, because you obviously did it right then and there. So what do we have going on? Oh, the knight. He must be a crazy warrior mancer, because he has the ability to just go ahead and just completely wreck a cobblestone wall without even trying. So we got a lever. Just go ahead and run into it, and then just go up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down, and then stop doing that because that's annoying. They move pretty quick. We better take them out before they get a chance to attack us. Move into an enemy's tile in order to melee attack them. Okay, so there we go. Oh, and now we already see my my movement points being used to their fullest. And there we go. Yeah, I wanted to make sure that I would have enough. Let's let the wizard inspect the crazy alchemical or metallurgical businesses. So yeah, when there's no enemies around, I guess you just move infinite. Fine by me. Fine by me. So, crap. I didn't actually read what I was supposed to inspect here. No target. Can I just walk into it then? Good enough for me. Good enough for me. And more teleportation. 4 portals and 4 of us? I wonder, yeah. What do you know? Metaphorically get to the bottom of it, and maybe even dive down a dungeon if we're lucky. What? That was pretty great. 5 stars. Those aren't the best 5 stars I've ever seen, but... Oh, wait. No. Okay, they fit... Yeah, they fit the menu of this thing right here. Customize characters. So, they each have their own things. No skill, click for description, and all of these are currently locked. Okay. Still locked. Do I have to go left and right? Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's kind of cool. But, items and skills, click them. Okay, so I really have to click for sure. Better longsword. You know it's better because it literally has the word better written on it. Oh, this is just for the knight. Yeesh. Why am I not paying attention to these things? I'm curious to know if there's a reason... I mean, Vampiric Dagger sounds like it could have Leech as opposed to the Lightning Blade, which causes electrocution, as opposed to the Wolverine Claw, which, I don't know, it's probably just a best damage weapon. That's mostly what I'm wondering, is it not a linear progression of items? Are there perhaps reasons to use items other than the ones that you eventually have? And I guess this is other stuff that you can eventually get. But anyway, this is all the stuff. Core ability, shoot the arrow, firebolt, that I never used, blink, right, and charge. Okay, let's get into it then. Moving along. So we got more exposition, and of course you guys should read this yourself, because as I said before, I don't know if my pace of speaking is going to work perfectly for this sort of thing. But you can already tell that there's a little good amount of polish in this game just when it comes to the aesthetics. Whether or not that will be the case further, well, we'll have to figure that out. But we got really nice. Yeah, you didn't know where you were before. You probably still don't know. The Obsidian Blockade. Well, the wizard has been checking up on his geography. Something. So, we have our characters, and we're on infinite mode right now. Aha! Those are skeletons. Well, you know, you don't actually need flesh in order to... let's see, how much blink costs 4? Is that what that's telling me? I think so. And let's go ahead and have this guy go to the back. There we go. Okay, and that definitively ends the turn. Oh crap! Double crap! I didn't realize that there was a turn order that is very obviously in the bottom right of the HUD, just the place I'm looking. Let's try to get you in a place where you're not going to be completely in the way, unless you can just move through your dude. Critical smackdown. All right. Oh. Man, I should have just used that blue mark. I could still use it, in fact. There we go. And we'll just finish up here. Ta-da! But you took damage, good fine friend, sir. Huh. You know, one thing it might be because it's an early build. I'm wondering if this game has procedural generations. Because to some extent, it looks like these rooms could be randomized. So, that doesn't seem like it'll be an issue. Oh wait, well, what are the odds that those guys can actually get through? Not much, I bet, huh? Let's just try to get peeps into positions. Is there a way... to, like, how do I say this? And the music just stopped. But hold on, let's actually take a look quickly at the something. One sec. All right, so I don't see a button for like turning to move. I assume that it's not an issue though. At least I hope it's not an issue. So let's get everybody nice and lined up. And then after... Then it's going to be the 3 skellies, I guess. No, then it's going to be the elf. That wasn't really what I planned. Darn it. Well, I guess we'll do this. There we go. And now the elf attacks. And I can just do it directly from here. There we go. Skabam! That's what I intended to do in the first place. And you'll just hit. I'll let you end your turn. You can finish up here. Da 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 da. Whoa, that was a lot of gold. Alright. Goodness me. And there's a charge. I wonder if charge deals extra damage. Yo. Oh, I can't use this again? It's a one-time use. So we gotta get everybody in position if we want to go to the next area. Let's check it out. Whoa. Listen to that. Yeah. That is battle music right there, guys. And yeah, let's bring the assassin in then. And then here. We'll leave him here. See where the bats go. Yeah, I thought that might be a problem. They're gonna run around all over the place. Okay, well. Aren't you just the most darlingest characters ever? Ta-da! I just want to test this. Okay, you can shoot through. So you can shoot through. Okay, well that's not too bad then. Shoot through guys without a care in the world. But meat shields need to stay towards the front. Man, my assassin character's taking some damage. How about that? Anyone? Anyone? No. So what do we got going on here? Expensive furniture and treasure room. Please pass through without touching anything. Do not touch. Thank you. Anything? Hold on. What about the lever? Questions. Let's at least get everybody close to this area. And let's try it. Okay, so that's perfectly allowed. I wonder what that did. Indeed. If I wasn't the omnipotent user, then that could in fact be a problem. Without touching anything. There doesn't seem to be a way to get through here without, for instance, hold on, without blinking around. Is this going to be a blink puzzle? I don't think... Yeah. Unfortunately, there's no way to actually blink to any particular target. Well, dang. I'm really curious what's here. So you know what? Because I'm me and I'm not you, I'm going to check it out. With the meat shield, of course. That's a nice little touch, too. I'm surprised the game hasn't... Well, it didn't so far. For all I know, it's going to be mean to me as soon as I'm dealing with it otherwise. I'm just going to assume there's enemies, but bring my fellows like so. There we go. There we go. Let's see how I can handle this. There we go. And you got one move. So now we bring the assassin to play. And play he shall. There we go. And then move him back in. Alright. How do you work with melee? Not so good. Yeah. Ow! You shall be smitten upon. There we are. Much better. And I don't know, just do that. Because why not? And I guess that was it. That was a quick little first level. And I think that might actually be a good place to stop for now. So, although I don't know what... I guess if I end up having to redo this before I start the next part, I'll just have to do that. But in any case, this has been Game Hunter playing Dungeon Dashers. Join me next time when we continue moving downwards and dashing through this dungeon, either metaphorically or actually, as, you know, we find whether or not that's a feasible option or just a abstract one. Until then, keep playing those roguelikes, guys, and take care.